afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. West Santa Clara, and everyone who cares about what's going on this side of town. This is the West Side Story. I'm your host, John Casey. I want to touch on something that happened last week that may or may not concern you. A little bit of backstory. Anthony Becker was a council member of the Santa Clara City Council and was investigated, and the grand jury issued a report about that investigation. It's not clear to me, but I think he probably shared it. But it's kind of sad because it was already on the Police Association's website. In any case, there was quite a bit of controversy about it, and the DA, Jeff Rosen, decided it was appropriate to charge Anthony with felony perjury. I would think there'd be some serious Fifth Amendment issues there, but hey, nobody asked me. So Anthony was arrested, tried and convicted, has long served his time. I think he got some community service and a few other things. But one of the things that's been a problem is that during the warrant search of his home, they took he and all his partners' electronic devices. And they still haven't been returned, so we're talking 2 years here. The other thing is, as I said, I still have some very serious concerns about the Fifth Amendment issues here. In any case, on the 10th, Anthony showed up at the city council meeting. Now, every time I've wanted to talk at a city council meeting, they give you 2 minutes, and then at 15 seconds left, they flash lights at you. And I thought they shut off the mic after 2 minutes, but apparently not, because Anthony spoke for 10 minutes. And quite frankly, he sounded very angry. I've seen videos of the council meeting. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. He actually kind of advanced some conspiracy theories that people were out to get him. I'm not sure. I mean, I've made my disagreements with Jeff Rosen, the DA, public a number of times, and I think that Anthony shouldn't have been charged. But hey, I'm not the DA either. So this is kind of a concern. Apparently, Anthony also wants to be on the Library Commission. Actually, the Library Board of Trustees, excuse me, which is kind of a fun role, but you don't do anything. You listen to reports, go on the occasional tour. But he apparently has put his name in the hat for that particular position. Contemporaneous with that, we've got the Suds Jane recall motion. As I think I shared in the last report, the Santa Clara Online has actually published in an op-ed piece that they had signed the recall Suds petition, and I think everyone in the city should. I'm not sure about that. As I've shared before, I believe that recall should be limited to those times when someone actually commits a crime. Just because you don't agree with somebody doesn't mean they should be recalled. Personal opinion. Looking at the crime report, on the 3rd at El Camino in Calabasas, we had a failure to register for a sex offender, possession of paraphernalia, and parole violation. That poor guy went to jail immediately. On the 5th at San Tomas and Cabrillo, we had an arrest for a failure to appear, and it was a misdemeanor charge, but they took the guy to jail anyway, so I suspect there may have been something more there. Also on the 5th, we had a violation of a domestic violence order over at the Super 8 Motel on the El Camino. Used to be Motel 6, now it's Super 8. Also on the 6th, actually, at El Camino in Henderson, up in Sunnyvale, the officers made an arrest for stalking. So I'm not sure if they followed the gentleman or lady, or if they went and got him. I'm not sure, but there was an arrest and the person was transported. On the 7th, there was an arrest at Lawrence and Homestead. Fellow had 3 misdemeanor failure to appears and 1 felony failure to appear, and so they transported him to jail too. On the 8th, over at the Milo Apartments, actually in front of them, not in the Milo Apartments, there was arrest for driving under the influence, 23102 A and B. And kind of an interesting thing in my mind, on the 8th was also the big game. There was a total of 8 arrests at the stadium. And I think 5 of them were actually alcohol related, which is the most common arrest out there. But they also had people trespassing, trying to get in without paying and what have you. And obviously you don't normally see that, but they did this time. So 8 arrests out there. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, and please tell your friends. Thank you.